Hi. So for the demo via Jupyter Notebook, um, I have prepared it such that only one notebook is required right now, and I use the GitHub account. So you just need to access this GitHub profile. It's been made public, so no need for authorization or whatnot. Once you access the GitHub profile, you simply come down and click on demo. But before I do that, let me just shed a little bit of light on what it entails. So I created this is the demo notebook. I've created this in the curve segmentation project. I simply came in here. So the reason I'm showing you this is in case you need to make modifications to it. I dumped all the functions from our GitLab in the utils inside here. So exactly the same functions we're using on the GitLab. Then next, the other additional thing I did was to create this saved folder in data where I dumped all my sample files, so my saved models, then also sample audio files that I could use to easily test. So you could choose to, if time permits, you could incorporate a better working model inside here and use that as part of the demo. So to run the demo, once you're on the GitHub account, simply come down and click on demo. It takes you here and open in Colab. So with two simple steps you get here. Once on Colab, you simply run off. So you don't really need to do much except you're integrating maybe a new model, and then you expand this code and you would see where to add your new model. So when you run it, it will prompt you. Just simply follow the prompts. So the first prompt will allow you to load a file, an audio file. The second prompt would use those test files. So I have two test audio files that were not part of the training set, so they are unlabeled. So this is unlabeled testing, this is unlabeled testing, then this is testing of the 12 labeled files by Warren. So I will just go with number 2, unlabeled. So it would load the 2 unlabeled sample audio files on the GitHub. So you can try different options and see how it runs. So it would go through various stages, then gives you a next prompt asking you what model to select. So at this stage you can incorporate other models. So I'll just go with spectrogram because it's the fastest to run. And my Colab environment is kind of slow. If I switch to a different Google account, this would run way faster. I think because I have used up all my free limits. So once it runs, because this was on label test, it will try to label the frames that have cough sounds and then give you also the option to play the audio file. This might not be a good idea for the demo, but you can have that in there if we choose to. Reason being that the model is not performing very well. For sound with audio with cough sound, I think these have cough sound. So for audio with cough sound, it performs kind of okay to segment cough sounds. But for audio without cough sound, so it mistakes
No me lo eches, hija.
other sounds as cough sounds. So like the laughing, it mistook the laughing as cough sound. So it all depends. We could show it. We could decide to take off the plain component. If you rerun this with the pre-labeled data, you get so I'll just also use spectrogram again. So in this case, you would get your confusion matrix and your accuracy because the data has labels. So the other case I ran prior to now, the data was not labeled, so it cannot plot these parameters or evaluate these parameters. But with the pre-labeled 12 test data, it would be able to evaluate those parameters. So then you can also run it and upload your own sample files. Then lastly, about this code, if you want to incorporate additional models, every other thing is done. You just need to start from here. So this function that says process, add an option for the next model you want to incorporate, condition this if statement to define. So for example, if I'm adding random forest, I will have an elif here to add my random forest. Make sure you've saved the model on the model is part of the GitHub folders. So this is not going to link to your Google Drive, it's just pulls directly to the Colab environment. So you need to make sure whatever file you need is part of the GitHub repo. You could just dump whatever file you need in this folder. A key point to note that GitHub limits you from uploading files above 50 MB. So any file you're trying to load, if it's above 50 MB, like I would suggest that you don't even stress yourself or bother to do that. So whatever files you're loading has to be below 50 MB, and that's pretty much it. Good luck.